Welcome to the Jimmy O Show, here with the Fear the Wave Players of the Week for the big win against Cincinnati. We have three of our Players of the Week here. We got Valentino Ambrosio, one of our special teams players. How you doing, Valentino?
Good, man. Thank you.
Good. Lawrence Keys, one of our offensive players of the week. And Joey Claybrook, another of the offensive players of the week. How you doing, Joe? Good, man. Some of you guys are getting pretty comfortable in these chairs, man. I guess good to have you back. Welcome. Guys, before we get started, we're going to highlight our charity partner. Last night, some of these guys were there, and just an outstanding event, getting to participate in Son of a Saints game night. Those kids really just loved having these guys there, and they're doing really great things for fatherless children in the city, making a real difference. And they deserve to be highlighted for all the great work they do. And then our other cause, of course, is the Fear the Wave Collective. We've been out there, been a lot of exciting things happening in our world here. You can find out more about us at the website, www.ftwcollective.com. Your gifts there allow us to bring these shows to you and to help promote these athletes. And as you know, the year end is coming, and so it's always a good time to find tax deductions. Please allow us to be that vehicle for you. Okay, business is out of the way. Guys, the thing about this game, we could talk on and on about the great job that the coaches did game planning wise, and we could talk about the great job, you guys' physical abilities. But to me, the thing that stood out was the grit and toughness of this team. And when I say that, it's because Cincinnati came to play. They're champions, and they were hosting in their building, hostile environment. They didn't make it easy, man. It wasn't like Cincinnati came out and played some crappy game where they were flat or anything like that. They came out and like, you want to be the best, you want to play, you want to host this conference championship game, you got to take it from us. And you guys were tough enough to do that. Was that sort of a focus going into that week, that we knew that we were going to get their best fight, we needed to be up to that challenge?
Honestly, yes. We challenged each other every single day at practice. We knew what we were going into, what type of environment we would be, what type of matchup. I just feel like our group in particular was extremely confident. We were all firing on every phase, special teams, offense, defense. And we were just in tuned in the game. Like, we blocked out the noise, and we knew what we had to do.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's no doubt about it. We saw that. Joey?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Just like he said, we played really well together. There's no doubt what we were about to go into. Everybody knows Cincinnati. They made the playoff last year. They're a really good team all together. And something I think we've just been really great at all year is just playing together, not just on the offensive side or defensive side, but, if offense gets stopped, defense helps us out. If defense gets a big stop, offense helps them out. And special teams, Val down there, big day.
He had a huge day.
So, it's awesome just to see all that come together. There's not one part of this team. It's just like, we really focus on that, the best part of our team. All of us, we play a really team game every single Saturday. It's just really cool to see.
Yeah. And speaking of Val, we mentioned his big day, Valentino, two huge kicks. The first field goal was a shorter one, but in that point in the game, we don't get those points there. That's a total momentum shift in the game, because that was a three and out type of thing where both teams went back and forth. We drew first blood.
Right.
And you gave us that opportunity with that kick. I know you played at Rutgers, so you played in some big environments, man, but like that's standing over the ball, you and those goalposts in the whole operation with 50,000 people breathing down your neck, that's a feeling, right?
Yeah, for sure. It was, definitely, it was a hostile environment, like you guys said, and just, had to trust what I do and just had to do my job, and I was able to do it, so.
Yeah, you sure did. And then, of course, the later kick was huge because we were at the edge of your range there.
Yeah.
And again, you missed this kick here. I think your long in the year was 43.
42, I think.
42 up to that point. So it's a 47-yard field goal. And, you missed. They get the ball at the 37.
Right.
Towards the end of the half, they're going to have opportunity to go down and score. Nails, man. Drills it. Straight down. It crossed over the support beam in the middle. It was straight down the middle. Strike. think it would have probably been good from 51, 52. Did you know it right away?
Yeah, it's like it was one of those where when you hit it, you kind of know. Like
Yeah.
it was just one of those feelings, and like it felt really good to know that I first off I broke my career long and in a big moment for us. So it felt good for me to do that for our team, and it's great for me to be able to have the opportunity to do that for this team, because this team is the most special team that I've been a part of, and it was just a really great feeling to just do it in that environment in a moment where we needed it, and like I said, wouldn't be able to do it without my guys sitting next to me. So but yeah.
Yeah, man, it was so cool, man, and gives us the lead going in a half, and so it took everybody on that roster to get that done,
sure.
but you definitely get to stand out a little bit in that game. Lawrence, you man, like it reminded me of that Memphis team that went to the New Year's Six game a few years back, where they had Darrell Henderson at running back. We actually beat that team the year before, I think, but they had Antonio Gibson was more of a slot receiver for them in jet sweep. I mean, they were running Gibson on the fly sweep, and then countering with the devastating pro level running back. Shades of that, man. You've really kind of developed into a big weapon on that jet action. Huge part of the ball game, huh?
Yes, sir. First of all, I say shout out to these guys up front.
Of course.
Nothing. What happened if they went for those guys. I mean, it was a time during the game where we needed those plays. It's a big game. A lot is on the line, and just like I said earlier, everybody was confident.
Mm-hmm.
Like the momentum was flowing. Like since he scored, and we all got together on the sideline. Like this is the drive. Like we put one together right now. We're gonna go out here and do this. And when opportunities came to me, I just made the best out of all of them.
Yep.
And going on from like a couple in particular plays, like it led to like touchdowns. So, I mean, it was really just good. I mean, just to see all us like together on the same page, all us firing, and also having that confidence.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, the execution was on point pretty much all day, and like you said, the big boys up front. Conference honors came out to today. Our second team all conference tackle here, Mr. Claybrook here. He and his crew did quite the job, I thought, against the conference defensive player of the year. Ivan Pace came into the game as a wrecker, man. He wrecked opposing offenses. Their defense and our defense were 1-2 in every major category in the league, and it showed. Even though the score was 27-24, every point in that game by both teams was really hard earned. But what you did not hear watching, I was in Mississippi, close to Starkville, watching that game for Thanksgiving, and you just didn't hear Ivan Pace's name very much. I think he had a half a tackle for a loss, maybe a couple other solos or something in there, but just not a huge game from the guy who was the center of that defense. What do you credit maybe the success you guys had against Ivan and the rest of their real tough front?
They kind of build that defense around him, and that's something we knew all week. So just about everything we were doing was focused on getting our hands on him, and when you do get hands on him, you couldn't let him go, because as you said, he's a play wrecker. So he'll run a play down from complete opposite side of the field. He's a special player, and we knew we had to handle him and the guys up front, and that was our game plan going into the week. So just making sure we knew where he was, whether it was pass, run. Like you said, I think we did a great job of that.
Yeah, really. I mean, it was an outstanding job up front. And I guess the last question I'm going to ask you offensive guys before we move on, because while we're 10-2, none of that matters now. Only thing that matters is 1-0, right?
Right, sir.
That drive, the drive where Cincinnati, we're leading or tied all game, they take the lead late. What was the huddle like before we got the ball with about 5.5 minutes left? And for those who don't somehow know, I think a 3-play touchdown drive to retake the lead, boom, boom, boom. Confidence level, just what was in your mind? What was in the collective sense of that huddle as you took the field for that drive?
I know for me, something we haven't had here in the past, and we've had it all year, is like it's not a big rah-rah thing. Like this is it. I mean, there are times like we gotta have this drive. This is it. But we all go out there with one goal in our mind. Like everybody does their job, plays the team, plays offense, and I think there's no question that, when we go out there, we're all on the same page. We're going to execute. And like we saw on our Houston drive and throughout this whole season, when we got to have it, everybody comes together and we just do our job.
Yeah.
Get it done.
And y'all did. Lawrence?
For me, I feel like it wasn't a doubt in our mind. We all came together like right before that drive started. Got in the huddle and was like, let's do this. This the drive right here. And even when we got out there on the field, like the first play, Pratt dumped it out to me. It got upfield, got out of bounds. Like immediately right after that, I got right back to the middle. We all looked to the sideline, like next play, like
Right.
And that's why I said like all of us was just going, like all phases. Everybody was locked in. We knew what we had to do, and we were just firing. Like we were just so confident, and
Yeah.
we made it happen.
It hit. I mean, there was a little bit of flavor for everybody, man. Lawrence, big game. Shea, big game. And then Deuce with the hammer. That was cool. All right. So, like I said, moving on, man. Joey, your 13th year college football and finally playing for a conference championship. How's it feel?
It's surreal. There's so much work that's gone into this over the years, and just trying to take it all in, just day by day, going into it, 1-0 each day. Winning each
That's right.
practice,
That's
and
right.
just focusing on this game is what we work for, and now it's here.
Yeah. And Lawrence, I mean, when you transferred in, did you? You come from a storied place. You come back home, come to New Orleans, come to Tulane. I'm sure coming back home was a big incentive, and you liked the guys you met, and you really were impressed by the coach. But was that in your mind when you made this move that, in December of 2022, we're going to be playing for this league championship?
I honestly had no idea. I mean, when I first transferred back home, I was like, okay, I know what I'm getting myself into, but I didn't know what the future had ahead.
Sure.
So I saw it when I got here in the summer, and I mean, we was on each other, like everybody. Like, there's no half stepping, everybody giving 100% each and every day. And I mean, after like the summer, we got into spring, I sat down in my locker, we were just sitting there. I was like, bro, we have something special here. Like, it's a different group, and it's nothing compared to last year. Like, everybody's on each other, holding each other accountable, and that really stuck out to me. So I mean.
Yeah, I mean, in some way, you are your brother's keeper, man, in that kind of way. And if that accountability, you learn. And I was part of a 12-0 season. I mean, I hate repeating it, but you may not have known that. And I'll say, I mean, that's one of the lessons from it is you don't get that. You don't do what y'all have done. You don't do what we've done unless the leadership comes from within, unless the accountability comes from within, and because that you think you know your limit. You think you've given all you got, and you learn. Yeah. Wait, there was more. There's more in that tank, and it's hard to get out there. But until you hit that level, you really don't know how far it is you can go. And once you find that, you just, you start to feel like you're unbeatable. And so, Valentino, I guess really kind of same question to you. You had the opportunity to come into Tulane when you just made that decision. Did you picture in your mind's eye being here about to take on a conference championship?
I mean, just like Lawrence said, when I got here, it was just kind of meeting everybody new, and just I really saw it was really special when I saw like all the players, like how hard they worked, and like each and every day, just like he said, and like I could just see the difference from where I was and to what this team had on the team. The leadership is the best I've ever been around, and like you said, like you've been a part of a 12-0 team, like. This team is just special, and I knew it. Like right when I got here, it was just weird. It just like all kind of clicked. And obviously, I was out for the first 5 games, and I missed out. But I was still, in and around the team, and just seeing, how special these guys really, really are, because there's true special players on this team.
Yeah.
So.
I know, and I feel so privileged to have this chance that I've been doing. I mean, I'm telling you, I've been around a lot of young kids. I used to do sideline. I used to, I've been around, I say young kids, young men, the college players. It is really something special you guys have here from a leadership and character standpoint, and it's just been a joy to be a part of. All right, so last little topic here, I guess, as we looking to Saturday, biggest game this stadium's ever hosted. My observation, y'all might tell me I'm wrong, but I felt like that first UCF game, both all phases of the game, it's almost like it seemed like we were too hyped. We were almost too excited for that moment and played a little tight. Probably didn't execute at the level that we were capable of early. And then once we settled into the game, we played great, but we fell behind early when we were sort of, in baseball, you'd be squeezing the sawdust out of the bat, right? You're just a little too tense. What's it going to take to sort of, I guess we've learned from that, but to be able to put our best foot forward from the opening kick through for the whole 60 minutes?
To me, it's just treating it as another game. I know everybody hears that when you watch a national championship game, watching a conference championship game, watching the Super Bowl. That's what everybody talks about, but it really is, I think, a big thing. Just treating this one just like any other one that we've played and going 1-0. And like you said, we all feel like that week we did treat it like it was something bigger, And but like I said, we just got to go 1-0 this week and treat it like another game.
Mm-hmm. There's no doubt. Yeah.
Honestly, agree with what Joey said there. I also feel like, at the execution part of it, we left a lot out there. I feel like we honestly, like you said, we were hype. I feel like we did leave a lot out there early ahead in the game, and I feel like it were things that we were doing. We were beating ourselves down. But I feel like, just like Joey said, just go 1-0, treat it like it's any other game we have played all year, and just go one play at a time. And I feel like that's what we really just need to focus on, one play at a time, just giving you all for 60 minutes.
And I was telling him today too, cherish the moment. Like, well, we ain't got nothing to lose. We're here, and nobody expected us to be here. No reason not to go fly around and play fast and cherish this moment here. It's a big deal.
That's right, man. Absolutely. Now you're gonna be standing on that third. We have a 45-yarder, tied ball game. You make it, we win, we walk off. You ready for that moment?
Yeah, I'm ready. Whenever.
There's no doubt about it.
For sure.
I love it. All right, guys. Well. So last little question. Do y'all know what we're wearing on Saturday? I'm not gonna ask you to reveal it, but do y'all know?
I do.
I don't.
I do.
I know.
Yeah.
All right. The two that know, do we scale of 1 to 10? How fly is it gonna be?
What'd you think? I personally, I like it.
It's gonna break the scale.
Yeah.
Breaking the scale.
Personally,
It's gonna break the scale.
Have we worn it yet this year? The combo? From head to toe, same combo? Or
No.
is this...
No.
Okay.
Never would.
All right.
Nah.
We can't wait to see it. All right, guys. Well, thank y'all for coming on this episode, man. Love having y'all on, and thanks for all you've done this year. And man, best of luck on Saturday.
thank you.
Thank you.
Nice.
All right, roll wave.
Roll wave.
Roll wave.